Hey, welcome everybody. I'm philosoraptor42. This is Phantasy Star 2 for the Sega Genesis. So y'all ready to have your minds blown? Because this run is ridiculous. This is a run that's going to showcase just how busted this game is and how well programmed this game is. What's up, El Rock? What's up, Crow? Karma Dragonus? Everybody who's here. It is a very cool run. You're welcome. All right, so maybe we should get started. I might run things a little slowly just so I can explain them. There's some of the glitches in here are hard to explain while I'm doing them, just because I have to concentrate. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. And so first off, we're going to be naming our character Rolf ABWX. Now this is important for the glitches because we'll be stealing items out of his name code, and if the letters aren't these, we won't get what we need. So this is where we're going to start at. Hey, Rotorstorm, thank you for the good luck. Cosmic, what's up, my dude? All right, so Crunchy in 3, 2, 1, go. So now we're going to get some plot. Phantasy Star 2 takes place 1,000 years after Phantasy Star 2 or Phantasy Star 1. And that was a scene from Phantasy Star 1 where the main character, Alice, is fighting Dark Force, or Dark Falls as he was called in that game. We're Rolf, or ABWX, and we're here, we're talking to this dude, yada yada mother brain. This isn't Metroid, what's a mother brain? Then we're gonna go back home, and we have a roommate named Nay, and she's part monster, part human, so she's got long ears. And she wants to go with us, so we're gonna let her. And so the first thing we're gonna do is discard everything in Rolf's inventory, because why not? He doesn't need things. Things are useless. So we're going to do that. And come back here where we just were. And we're going to go into the aptly named room. We're going to keep some baggage. We're going to go into Nay's inventory and then into Rolf's, so it'll let us do weird stuff like get outside of our menu and store an item we didn't have. And now we're going to have some fun stuff happen. So now what we're going to do is we're going to roll into Rolf's inventory and scroll down a bit. And give Nay a moon dew. And what we did was we actually drew that out of Nay's defense stat. And because of that, her defense is now 0. So when we toss this carbon vest, it's going to underflow her defense, which is going to be hilarious. And we're going to do it again. But this time, because of what we already did, we're going to get a team. Now, what is a team, you ask? It's a person, which is hilarious, too. So now what we're going to do is clone it for a nice little glitch earlier. So now Nay's got 2 teams, which is fun. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start doing some other fun stuff. We're going to go ahead and unequip the ribbon and sandals off of Nay. You know, notice her defense is block 74. That's because we underflowed it into a positive number. And then we're going to have Rolf pull something else out again from her defense. And this is an item called the Nay Shot. So there's 8 Nay items, and they're like the most powerful items in the whole game. And we need them to progress to the end of the game. So we're going to re-equip her ribbon and sandals. Notice we've still got a massive defense. And then we're going to go this time. I think this is her strength stat, and we're going to get the yellow card. And we're not talking about the band here, by the way. And we're going to pull this out of her defense stat again. We're going to get the blue card. So every time we pull something out of a stat, it changes it to 0 until we do something like that changes it, like throw away her armor. Okay. This now should be the Visiphone. Yep, that's an item that lets you save anywhere, which is good. So now we want to get rid of Nay's sandals. since we pulled something out of her defense again and zeroed it out just to underflow it. Now we're done with that for now. And we're going to go here. So this is the item shop. We're going to sell a Laconia met for 14,500 that we don't have, because why not? And unfortunately, you can't go from save to buy in the store, so you have to leave and come back. So what we're going to do is buy a couple of telepipes. And we've got to give them to Nay, because Nay's the only one who can hold inventory right now. And then 4 escape pipes. Alright, there we go. So we're going to use those to move around a little bit. So telepipes bring you back to the last place you saved. Since we haven't, that'll be this town we were in just now. For now. And then escape pipes let you exit dungeons. So we're going to head on out. So since we were doing all that with Nay's defense, what we're going to see is that Nay has such a high defense that monsters just, by and large, are not going to be able to hit her for the rest of the game. There are going to be some moves that kind of circumvent it. There's going to be like a mosquito creature that we'll see pretty early on here, that when it hits you, it heals. And these things are kind of hard to run from. So if they decide to hit Nay, you'll see that she won't take damage. So, all right, we got away pretty good there. So there's some mosquito creatures, and here's 2 of them right here. When they hit you, they heal themselves, and for some reason that bypasses that. So you'll see that actually did damage to Nay, but he won't. Keep it 0. Alright, got away. So we're gonna go here to this town here, and leave. That was to trigger a character by the name of Rudo to show up next time we go home. Aw, boo. I'm getting a lot of encounters. That's unfortunate. Run away. We can enter the tube back from that side and then leave again to get back up here. So we just sequence break like a big chunk of the game. That item team we got, which is a person, we're supposed to go rescue her. And so we come here and we get this cutscene. That's Team's dad, but Team's wearing a hood for some reason. It doesn't say it's her, and so he gets mad and kills her, and then finds out it's her and kills himself. Because that needed to happen. So we have another team in our inventory which we're not supposed to have. So now what happens is if we go back in here, it re-triggers the cutscene, kicks us out, and then moves us up a little bit, and then shifts our sprites down a little bit, which means, which means I have to actually go a tile up to walk over the bridges. And it also has this added effect of that while I am in this state, I can't get encounters, which is nice for getting over to this town here. And now that we're here, we're going to leave. This is going to trigger Amy to show up. And now that we've done all that, we're going to go ahead and use Nay's first telepipe to go back home. Now we're going to go in the door, and then here's Rudo. And then we're going to leave and come back in, and now here's Amy. Now we're going to... Oops, I didn't mean to see strength reorganize. We're going to add them to the party. And now we have our full party. Now we're going to go ahead and get rid of all of Rudo's items, because items are silly. Or maybe you kind of have guessed where this is going. We can go to that room again, come to keep baggage, go into Nay's inventory, back out, go into Rudo, and now we can go outside of his inventory too. So we're going to go to Amy's agility slot for this one. And now we got an item. And so now we can, oops, I should have just said yes, because I could have actually not had to go back into the room, but whatever. So we'll go into baggage, please. And we have this key tube that we're going to give to Nay. And then we have this red card that we're going to give to Amy. So these are all like items we should be getting later on in the game when we're getting them now. So this is going to allow us to sequence break like massive chunks of the game. So this is a teleportation area. It lets us go to any town we've been to. So we're going to go to that second town we were at, briefly. And what we're going to do is go into the armor shop here. We're going to buy this fiber gear and give it to Amy. Because we're going to jack around with Amy's defense a little bit too, and it's going to be fun. Now we're going to go to the weapon shop. We're going to get 2 ceramic bars for Nay. and 2 ceramic knives for Amy. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and equip Nay with both of these ceramic bars. So see, her defense is still ridiculous. All right. So now what we're going to do is I'm gonna do something here, and that is get a hide-a-pipe. That's Rudo's slot 50. Or you give it to Amy. So hide-a-pipe is like a repel, if you're familiar with like Final Fantasy stuff. And now what we're going to do is come in here into Rolf's inventory, and we're going to start pulling stuff out of his name. And watch what happens to his name when I do this. So we've got the name Met, which is a helmet. Now his name's like that square thingy. And now we're going to go get that and give it to Amy. The Nay crown. And that's the Nay armor. So we're getting these Nay items. We're not going to be really using them. Let me make sure I got to the right spot there. All right. Nay cape. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to equip Amy with the fiber gear. And that's going to change her defense a little bit. We're going to give her her 2 ceramic knives. And then we are going to give her the Nay cape as well. That's going to boost her defense a lot, actually. All right. So now that we're going to go ahead, we're going to go into Rudo and grab. So we're going to be pulling out Amy's defense a little bit, and then her agility a little bit. And this is going to be the Nay shield, or the Nay slasher, my bad. All right, so now we're going to give Amy the fibers, or the carbon suit back. And now we're going to the Rudo. Oops, I forgot to do the Nay crown too. I gotta equip the Nay crown also. My mistake, Nay crown. So now her defense is ridiculous now. Now we can go to Rudo. And go down here. Now this will be the Nay shield. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and give Amy back the fiber gear. And we're going to throw away her shoes. Alright. Now we're going to hit her agility. We get the green card. And then the Nay Emil. All right. So now we're going to go to the item shop right here. We're going to get a telepipe, is it? Yeah, telepipe for Amy. And then we're going to buy a crud ton of antidotes for Rolf. Now, because Rolf's inventory is glitched out, it's going to do some fun stuff. And now you're going to watch his name. Yeah, that's all checkmark kind of things. Little backwards L's. Waluigi L's, I guess you could say. Now his name's turning into black boxes. Alright, now that I've turned his name completely into black boxes, I will buy 10 more antidotes. And then buy 2 dimates. Oops. It's fine. I didn't buy the extra at least. Buy 2 dimates for Rolf. And then it's 17 escape pipes. 17. Okay. And then now, this only works for the person in the front row. So what I'm going to have to do is put Rudo, oops, not state, god dang it, order. Put Rudo in the front. And buy him antidotes until his name changes. There we go. There's the last one for that. Now I gotta buy him 29 more of them. All right. So now what this is all done has made Nay and Amy like godlike. So let's go ahead and reorder the party to Nay, Amy, Rudo, Rolf. And now we're done in here. And we're pretty much ready to go. So we have to run from the first fight because there's a chance we're in some weird cursed state. But notice Amy and Nay have like ridiculous HP now. They have box HP. So she's going to get missed by that. She's going to get missed by that. She's going to get missed by that. It's all good. They got to let me run. Frogs are kind of hard to run from. So that's where we're having this issue here. Good grief, come on. So Rudo and Rolf can be hit still. Good grief, let me go. I mean, I don't think I've seen any. I might just go ahead and fight them. Because I don't think I've seen any curses happening. But maybe it's because I haven't fought. I'll try it. Oh, no. Oh, Nay sword emits bright light. So there was a curse. And we don't have the Nay sword, by the way, so that's another thing. Well, let's see if it'll let me run yet. There we go. Maybe that'll help. Alright. It's unfortunate, just the frog is what made that hard to run from. So that was an unfortunate combat there. An unfortunate enemy pack. But, you know, I can go ahead now. Yeah, Nay. Alright, I gave it to Amy, didn't I? So, here's the thing. I can duplicate that by selecting it, going into his inventory, and going in. Actually, I can go ahead and just use it. So I just used a hide a pipe. But I duplicated a hide a pipe and used it. So Amy will still have a hide a pipe. So this will reduce the encounter rate. It won't completely negate it. But this game's got a notoriously ridiculous encounter rate, so anything to slow it down, the better. I'm probably gonna have to take a fight at some point anyway, but anything I can run from easily, I will try to. Alright, so here's where we would have needed to have done a bunch of dungeons to get a key tube, and a bunch of like things to get a key tube to open this door. We also walked by a dungeon that we're not gonna have to do. So this is just a bunch of blowing past dungeons we don't have to do. We have to do a few of them, though. But it's going to be pretty hilarious when we get to some of them. So, I may just go ahead and fight this sniff. Oh crap, I forgot to tell it to actually let Nay and Amy fight. So Amy and Nay are gonna get, because the game's kind of glitched out, are basically just gonna be leveled to 50, which is the max level. And of course, things that do that heal stuff can still hit. So they will. Even with Amy and Nay's like ridiculous defense. Now remember, this is with a hide a pipe. I might as well just probably fight this thing. And so one of the items we got was called a moon dew. It was the very first item I glitched into being. And for those unfamiliar with Phantasy Star, that is basically a full heal or a full revive. And the reason I ended up getting it, Fred, was so there on the last stretch of the game there's a place we have to go, and if Rolf is dead, they won't let us in. Wow, that actually missed Rolf. So if there's a point like at that last stretch where Rolf dies for any reason, so you see now Amy's doing a truck ton of damage, and Nay is also doing a truck ton of damage. But then we have something to bring him back. So here's the first dungeon we're actually gonna do. Enjoy the dungeon music because it's actually really, really good. And also the piping that goes over the top, which that effect is pretty neat. So Rolf being dead now is not a big deal. We'll just kill these things. Oh, apparently Amy and Nay aren't going to do a lot of damage to these, so maybe we'll just try and run from them after all. Or they're going to not let me run. Alright, Rudo's dead, also not a big deal. We're going to make zero effort to bring them back right now. Don't need them. Matter of fact, there'll be a point where they get brought back for free, so I'm not going to bother with it right now. But the fact that I am like having trouble running is, of course, marathon luck at its finest. But these two have so much HP that even when they do get hit, it's not going to matter. Apparently hunt tails are either resistant to those weapons or just have some sort of crazy thing going on, because you notice that Nay did a bunch of damage to the ants. Thanks for actually letting me run away. So this is a teleporter to the next floor here. Don't need that treasure chest. There's a Motavian, a native Motavian. He's not... we don't need to talk to him. And we're almost done with this dungeon, actually. We're gonna go talk to this guy over here. Oops, I have to press A. Now he's like, oh, I've got this cool thing, come watch. And so we're gonna go ahead and use an escape pipe to get out of here. And there's the scooter, and he's just like, oh, by the way, here, you can have it. Or he left a note, it was like, you can have it, basically. And now we have the scooter thing. I'm gonna go ahead and, nah, actually, we're so close, I'm not gonna bother. I was gonna think about using a hide pipe, but we're right by the next dungeon we're doing. So, for the people that are unfamiliar with this game, we sequence broke a very large part of it. And spoiler alert, Nay isn't supposed to survive a whole lot of this game. And we have now successfully brought her farther into the game than she's supposed to be. And does Nay have the red card? No, it's Amy that has the red card. That's right. Wait, Amy has the red card. There it is. So we've successfully brought Nay farther into the game than she's supposed to be. And that has borked the game quite a bit. So basically what's going down here is is there's a boss fight, and it's basically with a clone, another version of Nay. And you and in the game, Nay dies during the fight or after the fight. And also in the game's programming, because the area is called the Biomonsters Lab, and you're basically stopping the spread of biomonsters by finishing the dungeon. And so what then happens is that all the biomonsters get replaced with robots. robots. Get replaced with robots. And so there's this problem. And if you've noticed, I haven't gotten a new encounter yet in this dungeon. And I've done all this walking. Because I haven't triggered that event to happen, the biomonsters are still here and there are no robots. What that does for me, though, is it makes it so that, is it this way? Yeah, it's this way. I always get kind of discombobulated in these places. These places are confusing. They're literal mazes. So these places are, these dams, like, so this is the red dam. These dams are kind of like famously the worst part of this game because the encounter rate's ridiculous and they're literal mazes. So so since we never triggered the switch from biomonsters to robots in because we didn't fight that fight, there's no encounters in these dams because they're supposed to be robots, and there's no robots. Or ribbits. So we're just going to be able to just stroll through these dams. So now we just need the red card one more time, and we're done with the red dam. So now we can leave. And so now to get to the next dam, we have two options we can do. I'm going to take the option where I teleport back to town and then leave. I think can I leave this way? I'm probably stupid. I should have just left to the right like I normally do. Well, there we go. And so now the scooter is going to be moved and placed up this way. And there's the green dam right there. That's where we're going next. Which is why we could have sailed around the world too, but this is a little bit faster, I think. I probably should have used the hide-a-pipe already. I normally don't get the hide-a-pipes, I'm not used to it. I'm not gonna, well, maybe I should anyway. Ugh. Maybe I should just fight mosquitoes. Oh, well, let's see if I can do this with a dead person. I might be able to. Oops. I'm not sure. I might have to do this again. Dang it. This is kind of tricky because you have to hit two buttons at the same time in order to trigger this. There we go. Use. Oh, because he's dead, it won't let me. So I guess I can't use one anyway. Because I have to use it with somebody with a busted inventory, and both of them are dead. So I'm not gonna be able to do it. That's a little unfortunate. Now we're in the green dam. I think Amy has that card too. Yeah. The green dam, in my opinion, isn't as bad as some of the other ones. As far as like where you have to go. Like the first few rooms, you're pretty much locked into where you have to go. And the one thing about some of these dams is that the overhead stuff kind of gets in the way a little bit. So sometimes it's hard to tell where you're going. But we got a little long jaunt around the outside here. But you'll see by basically how long some of these, especially the blue dam, why the dams are like the worst part of this game casually. because of the just sheer encounter rate of this game. It'll just make it ridiculous. I mean, look how long I've been walking here. I probably would have gotten like 206 encounters by now if the robots were around. But all right, so we're making our way through. Fortunately, the dams, other than just being maze-like, don't have a whole lot going on when there's no encounters. You just keep doing them. All right, so we're at the end of the green dam. Oops, it's on the next page, right? Green card. Use an escape pipe to get out of here. I know, right? Sucks is I won't be able to use any hide-up pipes because of dead Rolf and Rudo. I'll use it later. I'll still at least be able to use it at the end game part. Last little jaunt. I should just fight him. What am I doing? There's a mosquito-type creature in here. I think it must be something that makes it harder to run or something. Nay and Amy won't gain levels anymore because the game basically just thinks they're level 50 at this point. So now we're going over to the yellow dam. Gotta unlock all the dams. Basically, the plot is basically that there's a computer called the Mother Brain that basically controls the entire solar system, and including like weather and all that kind of crap. All right, I guess we'll just fight pug hits too. And so now all of a sudden monsters have been starting to show up, and the weather's been kind of weird. So we've been tasked to figure out why. And so part of that is just unlocking these dams. Really? Trapped by the insectas? Lame. These things I can usually run from. There we go. Alright, so here's Yellow Dam. Yellow Dam's actually probably the easiest one in terms of maze-likeness. Like, it's the least maze-like, in my opinion. Like, this first floor is super duper wide open. One's the easiest one for me to remember, anyway. So this is the part that's kind of mazy. It's like a bunch of big little like spiral patterns. There's like 3 of them in here. Like here's another one that you can see right there, and then here's another one we're coming up on right here. The middle one's actually the one we want, and the entrance to it's up above. So we'll wrap around. Come on down through here. That'll get us into the middle one. So how's everybody doing today? Y'all having a good time? It's my first Buckeye Speed Bash. I used to live in Columbus, but haven't been able to get back since they started doing it. Here's yellow. We are done with that. First page, right? Yellow card. Use a band to unlock the dam. Hey, Cosmic, great. Glad to hear it. And use our last escape pipe out of here. Fun is good. Fun is very good. What's up, Lisa? Lisa does also run this game. Whether she'll admit it or not. About to go up on Blue Dam. That's where it's at. Come on. I should just fight the Whirly. So it just healed itself. What to do? It's gonna die anyway. I mean, yeah, that's true. I was there at Kentucky Fried Marathon with Kefka and Teraj. It is true. That was a fun time. Now we'll just fight the bug hits. I've been having trouble running from things anyway. All right, I'm gonna bring up my map of Blue Dam just in case I have a brain fart, because Blue Dam is by far the most ridiculous one. Amy is paralyzed. Oh baby. Run, you fools! Thank you. See, this is the encounter rate I'm talking about. Fire ants. Goodbye, fire ants. Alright, Blue Dam. Blue card. Is it this way? One, there's two. Yes, I'm going the right way. Okay. I knew I would brain fart. This dam's ridiculous. Yeah. Exactly. Alright, then we can go this way. Wait. I was looking at the wrong thing. Whoops. Where's 3 at? Okay, I still am going the right way. Okay, good. I looked at 13 and thought it was 3. Whoops. No, I'm still going the right way. Alright. And 4 just this way. Some of this isn't too bad. This is 4. And 5. Goes through here. And this route's changed a lot over the years too. When I first ran this, I actually ran this at Kentucky Fried Marathon. And back then we used to get this treasure chest, but now we don't anymore. Alright, so 6, 7, 8 is this way, yep. And this one, I remember this floor. Yeah, this is the one dam I have the hardest time with remembering. And also, it doesn't help that I haven't played it in a couple weeks. Wait, oops, wrong way. I have banked right a little too early. I have to go here. This is where I need to go. And then I gotta go this way. And up here. This guy. And this way. Up to this guy. So you see this damage is huge. 12, 12, 12. Okay, that's right. Down here and then across the top of this. Right. Now this was 13 where I was originally looking at. Okay. So now we're gonna actually go this way. I remember this one. We saw the end of the Blue Dam, but we can't get there yet. Still have a little bit of ways to go. Oops, what am I doing? Alright, here we go. And then 15 is just around this way. Which is what I remembered. Yep, I'm gonna go this way. And then down here and onto this one. And then we go this way. Onto this one. Now we're almost done, finally, with the blue dam. So we fall down this hole, and voila, we're here. All right. Use the blue card, and we get assaulted. And we can't win this fight. We'll just run away. And they won't hurt us, because they can't. And now the third time we do it, the last one is going to capture us, actually, with rings. And now we're going to be whisked away to a satellite with damage tiles and no robots. A little cool trick is if you walk along the wall down here, you'll skip those damage tiles entirely right there, which is pretty neat. Hey, welcome. Thanks for the raid. And now we just heard an explosion. And uh-oh. Stuff's not right. And we just get here. And we get fed some plot. So Mother Brain is going to crash the satellite run into the planet of Palma. And it does, and destroys the whole planet somehow. So this must be a big satellite. But we get rescued. And we have a dream about Phantasy Star 1 again. And here's Alice, the protagonist of Phantasy Star 1. And then the game's going to be mega confused because of all the sequence breaking we did, which is going to be funny. But you won't really get to notice too much of it. So this is just like, oh, Palma exploded. So now we're back in the original town we started in, Paseo. And so now we're going to go to talk to the commander, and we're supposed to tell him about everything that's going on. But the game's confused, and it's going to start over from the very beginning of the game and give us the same dialogue. And then we're going to go back to the house. And we're going to get the same original dialogue out of Nay about wanting to go with us. And then it's just me and Nay right now, as you'll see. So we got to go back in the house. And then Rudo will show back up again. And then we got to go back in the house. And then Amy will show back up again. And then we got to put them back in the party. And then now we've got to reorder the party again, back the way we had them. Nay, Amy, Rudo, Rolf. And Rudo and Rolf are back alive again, by the way. Now we gotta go back here. Now we gotta go to the roof. We're gonna take a spaceship to Dieselis. And now this is where that Visiphone I made earlier comes into play. Let's save the game anywhere, so we're gonna use it. We're gonna save the game. And now because we've saved the game, for whatever reason, if we use a telepipe, it's going to take us to here, which is a town near where we need to be. Yeah, now die again, please. Well, we can't have them. We can't have Rolf die yet. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if he does, but I should have used the Hydapipe. I'm dumb. I guess I will. I never do. I never grab it. So I'm not used to doing this. Actually, you know what, though? I can just use it. I don't need it anymore. This is the last time I would need it. And just for this little step here. So this is the next to the last, or the penultimate dungeon, basically. By the way, that right there below me might look like a wall, but it's actually... No, I'm sorry, this. This down here is pit, and you'll fall in and go to the next floor. The one thing this game has is great dungeon music, I will say. Actually, all the music in this game is really good, but the dungeon music is just all bangers. Goodbye, staircase. You are not the one I want. And by the way, Naya is totally not supposed to be here. We're going to this stairwell. Actually, it is that stairwell. Pretty sure it is this one. Yeah, it's that one. That's right. All right. So provided we don't get an encounter before we get here. So this is the place you have and I opened my mouth and here we are. Oh, we got away. So this is the place that won't let you in if Rolf is dead. You talk to these guys and they're like, oh, you must be Rolf, or ABWX in this case. So now we go down here and just... So in the first game there was a guy that they called, I don't know what they called him. God dang it. They didn't call him Lutz. He's Lutz in this one, but they didn't actually call him Lutz. And this is the same guy. They basically put him on ice. Okay, we gotta talk to him again. So this just glitched the audio, which is hilarious. But what we can do is pause and unpause a couple of times. There's the Nay sword, and then when we talk to him again, it'll fix the audio. I didn't mean to do that, but if you say no to him, he'll actually heal you, and then you talk to him again, and then you'll say yes. So this is the final dungeon. There's no robots, so we'll just be walking through it too. Yeah, a lot of casual strolling through dungeons that would be ridiculous if you didn't. Yeah, it definitely does give you a lot more time to listen to music, which is nice. Oops, wrong way. Why did I do that? Whoops, I didn't actually think I was... Okay, whatever. Just down and back up the stairs. That's right, you go this way to this one. I was like one staircase ahead of myself in my brain. Oh, I'll just get to listen to more of this music. Phantasy Stroll 2. I freaking love it. That's beautiful.
If you have a moment, I think I have a donation here you might enjoy.
It just shows you how well programmed the game is, that we can just bust it open this badly. Okay, so here comes one of the tropes of Phantasy Star. Here's this treasure chest that looks different than all the other ones, but when we open it... Oh no! It's Dark Force! The same bad guy as the first game, who was the last boss of the first game. Oops, I meant to actually go to strategy, but it's okay. Okay, he did the I'll attack everybody. Alright, so I just wanted to give Amy the fight command. So she'll attack too. But don't miss, dang! All right, he's just killing everybody, which kind of sucks because then he might actually start cursing these two, and it'll just drag this fight out. So here we go. He's cursing her. So Nay's just not doing anything. Nope, she decided to attack this time. Only once, though. Alright, he's dead. So he's not the last boss of this game. So just call this dungeon Torian. Because we just ran into the mother brain. I'm not gonna start fighting her before she even appears, which is fun. And Nay and Amy are so powerful. And then Mother Brain can't even single target hit them. She can AoE attack hit them, but she can't single target hit them, which is nice. Which in the original route I used to run, that I ran back at Kentucky Fried Marathon, you would like pray she would do more of those because you had limited HP with them. Because the inventory glitch happened way differently back then. All right, there she's dead. All right, that is not time yet. So by the way, we still have a little bit to do here. Okay. So get ready on time. So who are these people? I'll explain this in a little bit. So get ready on time. And time. What? Time now. All right. So all those people were humans from Earth who, you know, it's the whole humans are bad trope because they destroyed Earth and then they got on big ships and went looking for a new place to live. And they found this solar system and were like, this place is nice. Let's kill everybody and take it, and basically reprogram the mother brain to mess with everything, and so that all life would die out and they could take over the planet because we're bad people. And Lisa, Earth messed it up again. Hashtag 2020 is accurate. So that was Phantasy Star 2, the any % US route. And here's all these people we never met. Like her, who basically just looks like Amy but with different clothes and hair. But these are all people you can get throughout the course of the run that just won't show up, or didn't show up because we skipped like 90% of the game. Oh wow, I went over my estimate. Shit, my bad. I wonder what I did wrong that I did that. Oh well. It was probably just me slowing down to talk about the glitches and stuff like that did it, but that's okay. Hope y'all had fun with it. Thanks for having me, everybody. Make sure to keep donating and keep watching us for the weekend. Got a lot of cool runs coming up. Stay tuned. Thanks for having me.